Great news I want to share about AMD, just to give me a bit more confidence boost on why I believe in this company so well and why I believe AMD is one of my top 3 stocks worth buying each and every time on the dip. Great news today, 2 great news, and also I want to go into the technical Fibonacci buy trigger and also technical analysis to see where we are and what my next step would be for AMD. Welcome back to Family Investment. My name is Alex Ko. I'm a huge AMD bull investor and one of my top 3 stocks. I've spoken previously in the Q1 earnings that AMD should be a $200 stock. It shouldn't be sitting at this level. And then in future 2025, it should be breaking beyond the 400, 500 arena. So this is a great time to catch up on AMD for those who wants a great quality company who's still growing in the growth mode, above 50% growth year on year so far. AMD is the one for you. But stick with me and let me share you my news. So the first news is investors are calling that semiconductors have bottomed. Okay, they're starting to buy. Ratings are changing. People think that semiconductors have been treated unfairly. They've been on the stagnant for at least 6 months. Last few quarters has been groundbreaking, and it's still. So investors have suddenly turned their heads around and say, it's at the bottom, maybe it's time to buy. Okay, we shouldn't trust them too much, but we should take an opportunity to buy on the dip. So last week it dipped at 73, 74, and it's not the first time, it's dipped about 2-3 times in the last 6 months. Second big news is $4 billion buyback shares. Okay, buyback shares is a huge deal for investors. I'm sure you own companies where they issue shares. Every time they issue shares of 5%, it drops by 5%. They issue $70 million, billion share, it drops. But when a company goes mature and they start growing, where they can start generating revenue, they're like generating oxygen on the planet on their own. This is where it's all great news. This is where your investors' returns is coming back to you. So they're buying $4 billion, which is equivalent to 5 to 6%. That's what is going up. And also the momentum is pushing it even higher. Healthy cash flow. And then it comes to a point where at least Dr. Lisa Su is saying that it's time to repay back the investors by return on capital. So now they want to reduce the amount of shares on the outside so that it will boost the share price, hopefully. And also the second thing I suggest with these buyback shares is if they can buy back shares healthily at this time, it's telling you that the Xilinx deal should be coming to a good close. She never indicated, she said about 12 to 18 months. But if they can buy back shares, if everything's healthy, the Xilinx deal should be on a cruise control. And if you go to the Fibonacci retracement tool, this is where I show my buy trigger levels, and I've not changed it ever since. From the all-time high of about $98, pull it back down. Buy trigger, as I mentioned again and again in so many of my videos, is 73 and 78. These were the levels. So if you guys were watching my videos and you were buying, well done, because I've been buying as well. And this is the rules I play, and that's why I share it transparently. So now it's hitting 78. His hitting level is returning to glory again. So the next level up will be 82 and then 88. So once you hit that level, you shouldn't be buying. Wait for the dip. Why do I say that? Because despite the fact that it's going up, again, we're living in a climate where we've got inflation and interest rate rise. So potentially it could come back down again. People are trading. Remember I mentioned in previous video, people are trading, buy low, sell high. People are trading on options. People are doing that. So I don't expect any breakthrough of 88 or 98. It might break through 88, but I don't expect to go all-time high anytime soon until at least the Q3 or Q4 earnings, where we see great solid results, where we go boom. 2021 was way better than expected, and boom, we should be over 100. And also the Xilinx deal has covered, boom, we should. But for now, it's just been waving up and down. So for me, as a long-term investors, I want to just relax and just buy and accumulate, okay? Nobody's going to retire with 10 stocks. If you want to retire with AMD, you need tons of stocks. For me, I'm looking over 500,000 stocks, 1,500 stocks. So this is giving me a buying chance to buy every time it dips. Now, let me bring the Yahoo Finance chart, a bit more technical analysis to see why I think it's also at the bottom. If you bring up the chart, the RSI at 46, okay, never really touched 46, but on a stochastic, it was touching the bottom. If you see the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 occasion, every time it hits the RSI and the bottom of the stochastic, it shows the bottom that you go back up. But it doesn't mean that it's going to go all-time high. It might retry, but you go back up, it might swing back down again. So AMD is just going on the trend cycle swing, and this is quite common. So now bottom, buy and go. But if you're like me, we like to hold certain percentage and we swing trade. So I swing trade on my eToro account. Okay, eToro is for me to swing trade. So swing trade, I've started buying already at 73, 75, 74, and I'm waiting for it to head to the levels of 85, 86, 87, 88, and I start taking profits, trimming on my eToro account. Very small positions on AMD. So that's where I swing trade. But then on my ISA, on my other accounts, that's where I hold and accumulate. So the eToro is for me to swing trade, but long-term accounts on my ISA, my trading 212, Huggy Ranks, on those are the ones I hold and accumulate more and more and more each time, because I really believe that this might be one of my retirement stocks, either AMD, Tesla, Nvidia. Okay, and the last part, I just want to quickly show you on the valuation of AMD. Here I'm using the multiples, okay, 12 months trading multiples. As you can see on this chart, AMD, throughout the course of its astronomical rise, it's rise up to 12x. 12x multiple look really overvalued. But because of the great earnings and the share price going sideways, it's actually good news. It's pushing the multiples down. So now it's pushing the multiples to as low as 8, 7. So if the earnings for the next quarter looks great and we're still hovering between 75 to the $88 mark, this might potentially push AMD down to the 6x multiple. Okay, 6x multiple just causing a wedge coming in until at the end of the year, if they do really, really well, it's going to just break through. And I hope this 6x to 5x will show how extremely undervalued they are. And by the end of the year, Q1, Q2, it might break through. That's when it goes rocket above the $100 barrier. And that is where you tell us where it will be. On the moon, on the Jupiter, on Mars, I don't know. But we will be in a good position. So that's why I'm very positive for AMD at these buying levels. So that's me on AMD. Again, I hope you find that useful, short, sweet, and concise news for you investors. Be confident, great company, great CEO, great products, great revenue growth, great earnings, everything. I mean, tell me something that's not great about AMD, except the fact that you can't find a graphics GPU card that you want to buy at AMD because they're always out of stock. But investing in these great companies just makes you sleep so easy at night, I can reassure you. And for me, what's my next step? I'm potentially thinking or try and get more cash to potentially buy in at the 678 level. If it shoots up too high, too quick, too fast, then I'll let it go and wait. But I'm potentially thinking of buying more. It might come to a point where if I buy too much AMD, I might exceed my Tesla holdings. So let's see what happens. That's why great value, buy it now. This is where I am. I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you or hear more from me on AMD in the near future.
I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to see future videos, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell button. Ding dong! More videos. Bye!